This is the Respiratory System by analise Perez. Organs involved. The nose. Air enters and exits through the nose. The cilia and mucus line the nasal cavity to stop bacteria and foreign particles from entering. The nose is divided into two nasal cavities by the nasal septum. One cavity is for smell and the other is for respiration. The pharynx is another place for air to enter the lungs through, located behind the oral and nasal cavities. The larynx is the voice box, and after going through the pharynx, the air travels here. A part of the upper respiratory tract, its two main functions are a passageway for air to enter the lungs and for vocalization. The trachea, or windpipe, comes from the larynx and goes down the neck. The walls are made up of C-shaped cartilaginous rings to help the trachea stay fully distended. The bronchi, so the trachea divides into two tubes, one of each going into each lung. The two bronchi further divide into secondary bronchi, then tertiary bronchi, then bronchioles. The bronchioles then divide into alveoli, which are small air sacs. Alveoli are 1 cell thick and are used for diffusion of respiratory gases in and out of the bloodstream. The lungs, full of oxygen-dissolving membranes, moist with mucus, lined with a thin layer of pleura so the lungs can expand and contract easily, transfers oxygen from the atmosphere into the bloodstream, then releases carbon dioxide. The diaphragm is a muscle located in between the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity, used for expansion and contracting of the lungs. So what can go wrong? Asthma is a disease when the bronchial tubes are always inflamed, so muscles around the airways can tighten when something triggers your symptoms, making it difficult to breathe. Obstructive lung disease is shortness of breath, difficulty exhaling all the air from the lungs, and narrowing of the airways inside the lungs. Pneumonia is a lung infection that you can get from while being sick with like a cold or something. Bronchitis is when the bronchial tubes get infected and swollen, you have a nagging cough and more mucus is made. And pulmonary fibrosis are lung tissues that become damaged and scarred.